Hello guys, and welcome to my PHP tutorial, and this is lesson 5 or lesson 4. Sorry guys. And last time I will show you what you need to do before we start, and then I will show you how we can embed PHP in HTML and how we can work with PHP with HTML. So now we have set up our XAMPP environment. Just start your server, and once your server is started, we can open our directory, and as you remember, we go to this PC, then we go to Windows, whatever Windows you are using, and then you go on to XAMPP. Okay, and in htdocs directory we have all our applications or all our websites, whatever we will be creating on this XAMPP environment. And here we created this my site directory or folder where is our website. So click in it and then click on this index.php file which we created, and you can right click on it and edit with Notepad++, as we are using a Notepad++ for this video series. And here I already have prepared PHP HTML tutorial and PHP tutorial. Okay, and this is what we left off in last video. So now we know to write PHP anywhere in our HTML page. I mean anywhere. We could write PHP anywhere in our HTML page, and that's what I'm going to show you in this video. So let's save this and let's run in Chrome or in any other browser you are using, and here it opens. Just wait a second guys, and as you remember we need to delete this part before my site and just put localhost. So it renders correctly like localhost. So directory is my site and file we are working is index.php, and this is our heading 1 tag, as you remember here, heading 1 tag, and here we have this our script which echoes out on the screen hello. And how echo and print works and how to display data on the screen I will show you and explain you differences in next video, but in this video I'll show you how we can embed PHP. So like I mentioned before, we can embed PHP anywhere on our HTML page. So let's go Ctrl X just to delete it, and you could put your PHP above your doc type even if you would want to, and we could paste it here. Let's save it. Let's go back to our page. Oh, sorry guys, this is another browser, and refresh, and you see hello world is still getting displayed on the screen. And what you need to understand about PHP is that PHP tags or PHP statements like echo you can see on your HTML page source code. In HTML source code you will be able to see only output which will be returned from the PHP, but you will never be able to see PHP code itself. For example, if we see that here we have written PHP tags, opening tag, closing tag, here we have our echo statement which echoes out hello world, and on our page we see that this hello world is displayed on the screen. But if we would view the HTML or source of this page, and you can do it by right clicking and going to view page source, okay, this will open the source of this page to preview it in what HTML is displayed. We see that here at the top is only hello world displayed, but there is no PHP tags which we have here, opening tag and closing tag and this echo statement, but we can see that in our source code there is only HTML or return data. Whichever data is returned by PHP is displayed in this source. So remember, in HTML you will never ever see PHP tags or anything like that, because you will always see only what that PHP code returns, because PHP code gets executed on server. In our case it is executed on Apache server, or if you will be hosting it will be exactly the same. You will always be able to see only what it returns, so nobody can copy your code, your PHP or whatever as well, because it will always execute on server whatever logic you will write, and only whatever you want to display or output it will be returned. Like in this case we have hello world displayed. So now I show you, let's go back to our Notepad++, and for example you would want to display this title, but you would want to do it with PHP. So you can do it exactly the same way, simply opening PHP tag, not exclamation but question mark, and then PHP opening tag, and here you would write echo before this PHP HTML tutorial, and then we use closing, and then we use this semicolon, and then we close PHP tag. Okay, let's save it, and you will see that this PHP tutorial is still displayed. If we go back, we see that this is still displayed, but if we go back to our page, refresh, you see that on this tab it is still displayed PHP HTML tutorial. If we would change it, for example, to my, okay, let's save it, refresh, and you see that on this tab my PHP HTML tutorial. If we go to page source, refresh, you see it gets displayed as well, my PHP HTML tutorial, and that's because PHP returns only return. And PHP you can insert everywhere. You can insert it in your tags, for example, you insert it in your attributes, and I will show you what I mean by inserting into attributes. As you know, HTML and CSS tutorial will learn that we have style attribute with which we could add, for example, some style, like for example color red to these letters, okay, and then we use this semicolon at the end, we save it, and then this PHP tutorial title will be in red. If we go back, we see that it is in red. But the same you could do with PHP. Simply, for example, you would want to display this color red in PHP, you could go in here, for example, with your PHP tag. You must understand that you can use PHP tags wherever you want in your scripts, and here you simply echo out this color red, and we could echo it out by adding these quotation marks. Okay, let's save it, and you will see it will be exactly the same. However, at this time we are echoing out this color red in this style attribute, as you see. Let's save it, refresh, and you see nothing has changed. I just want to, from this video, you just have to understand that PHP we can use pretty much everywhere, and even if we would want, we could echo out all style, or even all all this h1 tag with all text, and so on and so forth. Actually, I will show you how we could do it. So let's remove this PHP opening tag. Okay, let's remove this echo and those quotation marks, or this, and PHP closing tag. And for example, you would want to echo out all this h1 tag with this style color red attribute and PHP tutorial, which is data in this h1 tag. If you would want to echo it out on the screen, you could open PHP tag here. Okay, then we use echo here, echo, and then we could use single quotation mark, and we use in this case single quotation mark because there is double quotation marks around this color red. However, we will talk about quotation marks and why we use them when we use single and when we use double quotation marks. And then at the end you simply put semicolon, closing quotation mark, semicolon, and then at the end we can simply close this PHP tag. And you can close PHP tags whenever you want, wherever you want. You can close it down here, you can close it straight after here. It doesn't really matter because space doesn't matter. It's the same as in HTML. You can, main thing is that when page is read from top to bottom, it sees at the beginning page, it will see this PHP opening tag, so it knows that all the rest after this opening tag will be in PHP until this browser will meet this closing tag. And when it will meet closing tag, it will understand that this page should be continued to read in HTML, and then it reads in HTML. Actually, this happens on server, and when it reads HTML, then it meets again this PHP opening tag. Then it understands that everything has to be read in PHP, that PHP code is followed, and then this closing tag will close this PHP, and then the HTML code will follow. And if we save now, we go back to our browser, refresh, you see nothing has changed. And if we would want, we could change this color to from red to green, let's say. Okay, let's save it, refresh, and we see that color is green. So we are displaying this on the screen with PHP. But if we look at page source, note this h1 tag before I refresh. Now I refresh, it just displays HTML on the page and there is no PHP. Okay guys, this is how you can use PHP in your HTML pages. So basically understand that you can use PHP wherever in your HTML pages. And when we will start working with PHP and HTML, you will understand it, but now just have an idea that you can actually do it. And yes, if you found this tutorial useful, subscribe and leave a like under this video, and see you in next video.